Ever feel like you're just, shouting into the digital void, hoping anyone hears you online? Or maybe you've seen content that just perfectly clicks. It absolutely nails what people are searching for. Well, today we're going to dive deep into the strategic art of SEO keyword research. And not just as some technical checklist, but really as a shortcut to understanding what your audience actually needs. So our mission here is to unpack this whole data-driven process. We want to show you how it's more than just words. It helps you understand real user needs, drives qualified traffic, and helps build a content strategy that actually works. We'll look at how it's changed, why it's basically market intelligence, and yeah, some common pitfalls to watch out for. Okay, so let's break it down. Keyword research at its heart, it's this systematic process, right? Discovering, analyzing, picking the terms people actually type into search engines. So we're mapping the terms, sure, but also the intent behind them, the search volume, how tough the competition is, and importantly, the business value. It's about precision.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating, I think, is the huge shift we've seen. It's really moved beyond just like exact match keywords. Now it's all about semantic search. Google understanding the meaning and context, and maybe most importantly, user intent.
Yeah.
So we think in categories now. Is the search informational? Like, how do I fix this leak?
Yeah.
Or navigational, someone looking specifically for your brand, maybe commercial, like best coffee machine reviews, and then transactional buy running shoes, organic dog food price, stuff like that. It's really about matching your content to why they're searching in the first place.
That makes so much sense, understanding the why. So, okay, knowing that, how does this actually help a business? What does it mean for your content?
Well, that's the thing. Keyword research, done right, is basically market intelligence, but at scale. It shows you the real problems people have, the exact language they use, emerging trends, and it uncovers those super valuable long-tail keywords, the longer, more specific phrases. They make up something like 70% of all searches, which is huge. And often they bring in people who are much closer to buying with generally lower competition. We actually saw this with a client. They found a niche search for organic dairy-free dog treats for anxious puppies. Totally specific. It ended up reshaping part of their product line, something they'd never have found just chasing broad terms like dog treats. It really is the foundation for content strategy. Turns guesswork into, well, an actual plan.
Wow, that example really brings it home. Okay, so for someone listening, how does this actually work? What's the process look like?
Right, the workflow. It's fairly straightforward usually. You start with what they call seed generation, basically brainstorming. Your main topics, your products, maybe questions your customers already ask you. Then you use tools. Google's Keyword Planner is one. There are many others to expand on those seeds. Find related terms, variations. Then a really crucial step, intent analysis. You have to figure out what the searcher actually wants to do or know. After that, you look at the metrics, search volume, difficulty, maybe cost per click if you're doing ads. And finally, you have to prioritize. A common way is like a priority matrix. You weigh, say, volume against difficulty against business value. Find the sweet spots.
Okay, that sounds logical. But where do people usually trip up? What are the common mistakes?
Oh, there are a few classic ones. A big one is just ignoring user intent altogether. You might get traffic, but it's the wrong traffic, people who bounce right off. Or the opposite, only chasing those really high-volume keywords. You end up fighting huge competitors, and you miss out on all that valuable long-tail traffic.
Yeah.
You need a mix, a portfolio, and probably the biggest, the set-and-forget mentality. This isn't something you do once. Search trends change, language evolves, competitors adapt. You really need to be reviewing and refreshing this, I'd say at least quarterly. It's an ongoing thing.
That makes sense. It needs to be dynamic. Now, you mentioned prioritization, but things are getting even more sophisticated, right? Like topic clusters. That sounds really interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, topic clusters are a great example of where things are heading. It's less about ranking for just one keyword. It's about building authority around a whole topic. So you create a central pillar page, like a big ultimate guide to something, maybe urban gardening basics. And then you have several related cluster pages, best plants for balconies, DIY composting, troubleshooting pests that all link back to that main pillar page and link to each other where relevant. It tells search engines, hey, we know this topic inside and out. Builds real topical authority.
Ah, so it signals expertise much more strongly.
Exactly. And looking ahead, with things like AI driving search more and more and these zero-click SERPs.
You mean like the answer boxes and featured snippets?
Yeah, precisely. Those featured snippets, people also ask boxes, knowledge panels. They answer the query directly on Google. That means having really comprehensive content that covers a topic thoroughly and, crucially, satisfies user intent better than anyone else is becoming even more critical. It's about giving the best answer, maybe even before they need to click.
So wrapping this up, it feels like this deep dive really shows keyword research is so much more than just finding words people type. It's really about deeply understanding your audience, their needs, their questions, and then strategically shaping everything you create around that.
That's the bottom line, really. It is strategic market intelligence. Full stop. And it's not a one-off task. It's an ongoing, iterative function. It guides what you create, how you structure it, when you publish it, get it right, and you build these durable competitive advantages online.
So maybe the question to leave everyone with is this. How might truly reevaluating your audience's search intent, not just their keywords, open up completely new avenues for your content and maybe even your business itself? Something to think about as you aim to connect more deeply with your audience.